10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Secret's turn to pick. Seconds remaining. Virtus Pro's turn to
Sky Wrath Mage. Seconds remaining. Team Secret's turn to pick.
Speedbreaker.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus Pro's turn to...
The Undying waits.
Team Secret's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus Pro's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus Pro's turn to pick. Team Secret's turn to pick.
Dazzle.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero.
Goodness gracious, Papa! Goodness gracious, Papa!
Secret versus VP, a fantastic best of 3 to start the day off, and I'm ODPixel here with Fog. As the panel said, I mean, I think as a viewer, as an analyst, you're looking at that and you are saying, Secret, there's no stuns. What's the plan here? A lot of the times in the past, many people have felt that when they've looked at Puppey's drafts and then they've ended up being fantastic. Maybe this is one of them, but can you see it working? How could this work out for Secret?
The last few times I was questioning when Puppey did some of these like weird kind of things where it's like 5 melee, but he has a dark seer. There's a plan that he's got in there, so I don't know. We'll see which one it is. It does seem like they can get ran over a bit here. I think the aggression from VP should be really strong. With Spirit Breaker, with Dazzle on the mid versus that TA, it's going to be a lot of pressure on that, and they have a great combos, right? They've got the Grimstroke with Sven. These are, I think, 2 of the more popular heroes that have just been dominating games over and over again. Yeah, they just provide so much for your team.
Yeah, it's just going to be so much aggression from VP, and, you know, as you say, just the ability to dive in and fight very safely from a distance. Yeah. Not only do you have a Breaker and a Dazzle charging in on the front lines, but you have this incredible reach of both the Phoenix and the Grimstroke. They can do damage from very far away with the swells that are coming out, the strokes of fates, and obviously that Sunray. There's a lot of way that the VP can kill heroes quite safely.
This is really important here, what VP's doing. They level 1 smoked, and this is because you see an Undying, a Skywrath, and a Tree. You're like, they're going to run some aggressive type of lane here. It has to be. We've been seeing teams running tons of aggro lanes anyway to put pressure on. VP, they're making sure they can set up for this one and even get a sneaky gank coming around here. They're bringing the 4 heroes. No one's going to show himself here. They didn't get any information of it just yet. And also, that's a core Undying, by the way. That just got pointed out.
Switched around.
That's Puppey playing Treant, and that is Zai playing Undying.
And what do we think about the core Undying?
Is he going to go Ags in the Decay build?
I think you have to, right? The Ags. You go the Ags.
He's versus what? 3 strength
heroes? That's a lot of strength to take away.
I mean, we'll see. Well, he might go for some Mac-click normal build.
Yeah.
They want to fight early, right? They want to be able to take the... Well, they want to take it late, but they don't want to lose the game early versus VP. Because like Lizard was talking about,
oh, goodness.
They look like they want to end early on.
And here we go. Here's the start of the action. They're going to charge in onto YapzOr. Inkswell stun into the stun from Ramses. YapzOr is surrounded. One more hit should do it. No, they needed a second. The poison damage, is it enough? No. It isn't. Orb of Venom won't get the kill today as YapzOr's able to walk it off.
He ate the tango nice and early, so that region actually kept him alive. And starting with the crown.
I like it.
Yeah, full green. It's just a straight crown, so maybe he wants to just rush that Veil, maybe rush that Atos super fast.
I was going to say Veil or Atos. I feel like Atos.
Atos this game, because they have no stuns, is probably the better one.
You've got to hold down the Breaker.
And they don't really have any magic damage anyway. The magic damage is going to come later. It's like Lifestealer with the Radiance if he gets there. So we're seeing Spirit Breakers drag... What did he drag the Creep Wave mid, it looked like? Yeah, it looked like the Spirit Breaker was doubling up the Creep Wave or something in the mid lane, while bottom is Eyes getting gone on.
Yeah, should be fine. I mean, obviously, VP, they do at least have one range hero down here. You know, the Grimstroke to back up Ramses, but still Zai should have a good shot of getting these multi-hero decays off and keeping himself alive.
Mid one's got to be careful for those heal bombs, standing close to that creep wave. This is the most important one right here, just to see how this goes down and what the Spirit Breaker can cause to happen. We see currently, I believe, yeah, Rogers running around, just manipulating creep waves, pulling them around. It's gonna be met up by Yapsor for the moment. So it does switch back to those, you know, normal 2-on-2 lanes.
Let's have a look. So,
it's actually solo playing the Spirit Breaker. Sorry, that's right.
Still able to grab these creeps. Yep, so just trying to make sure he does as much harass as he can. It's quite a lot. Solo's taking quite a bit of damage here from Yap. But will still be able to get himself safely back behind that tower and drag those creeps into a position where they can start to deny some of their own.
It is under the tower though, so it is going to push forward.
Yeah,
anyway.
It's going to clear up pretty quickly.
Yeah, not the greatest pull under, but you know, Yapsor was pressuring him a bit there.
Yeah, so Solo couldn't afford to go the long way.
Now though, Yapsor.
And they are going to turn, charge in. Got the spirits as well. Pasha's still got 2 more to follow up. So Yapsor going to be in a lot of trouble here as long as those spirits can land. That one will miss. And
Should
that one just going to miss as well. So Yapsor, he can still back off. Another charge is there. All the spirits have been used up, so they've just got the right clicks. It should be enough, but in fact, bottom lane there's action as well. First blood goes to Roger. They do still end up getting the kill up top. So we do see Ramses does end up losing his life. So in that bottom lane, even though VP get the first blood, they will lose their carry.
Thought Yapsor might actually get away if Niche had stepped up, but ends up getting brought down. A lot of chase. They still have the dive. We'll be fine. But yeah, action across the board. And I think the most important thing that we're looking at is the mid lane right now still. 14-6 on the TA.
I was going to say not just the middle lane, every lane.
Every lane, really,
Every lane at the moment. Secret is getting a sufficient CS advantage in these first few minutes. That death from Ramsey certainly being painful. Only 7 CS at the moment on the safe lane Sven.
They need these charges to be successful. And here comes the refraction.
We'll see if any sort of TP help comes in for mid one. And he's getting bashed up. 10 seconds till refraction. He doesn't have the mana. He has got a Fairy Fire and a Tango. He's going to try his best to juke around the trees here. VP still desperately trying to look for him. A couple more right clicks with that Poison Touch should do it. He has still got the Fairy Fire. Will not pop it. But another charge comes in and they've got the control and damage to get that kill that they greatly needed in that mid lane VP. They will take mid one out of the lane.
Yeah, they needed that so bad, especially after they commit so much for it. They used all their mana and health pool. They have to absolutely get that kill. But yeah, you're seeing, you know, those lanes, they're Lifestealers free farming, Undying's putting pressure on the farming.
Is he also going to get XP range? Oh, no. It's
close.
He was heading over. But indeed, Solo able to deny himself.
This is cool, though. Like, this, you know, Undying versus the Sven. Now it's like, you know, you're constantly putting the Sven at low health now in the lane, where usually I feel like Sven is always the lane dominator. You can't put pressure on this hero. That's what people have having trouble with. But now with this, you're setting him kind of low health early.
Now we'll see if they can get this lane in a better position, VP, with this movement from Solo. Will, of course, be spotted out by Puppey as he takes a bash on the drive-by. They'll try and lead him with a stun. Already, though, has quite a bit of strength built up side. Living armor there as well, but the Inksfoil stun kicks in. They'll chase him down. He's got another Soul Rip heal. He has got Decay in a second. He's hiding in the trees. He'll get it.
He's got a kill from there.
Yeah, that's going to be still a lot of strength to work with. Solo's falling low. Another stun is there from Ramses. They're trying to desperately kill Zai. With a cleave and a right click from Roger, they will do so. Solo's able to back out. And VP can get that kill. Again, we're seeing these moves. Solo is making it happen. Ends up fixing up the mid lane a little bit for Nolan, getting the kill on mid one, moves the attention down bottom. And now it's 2 lanes that are getting in slightly better position for VP. Secret, though, overall still having that lead.
Yeah, they're having to expend a lot is the big thing. Is like they're getting the kills, which is great for VP, but they had to use all of Sven's health, all of Sven's mana. Spirit Breaker also got set pretty much to 0 HP and mana too, so they have to back up and reset, and that allows you see the last hits immediately. Secret start to catch up on them.
They've just got to keep that pressure on VP. And instantly, as soon as he's back in, after refueling a base, another charge in on mid. TP will come through this time from Yapsor, and that's going to be enough to force VP to back off and keep mid one safe.
You know, they forced the TP. They're forcing reactions to happen too, and they know they're probably just looking there. There's no stuns on Secret. Like, we can make a lot of free moves around the map. They can't actually respond in the same essence by any means here. And you see the wards being placed down early down by the Spirit Breaker by Solo. Just keeping tabs of that jungle for the TA when he does, of course, go back and try to catch up. As Yapsor again, level 2 Inkswell this time. He's got a shrine near him, but taking a lot of damage.
It's going to have a living arm offer from Puppey. The stroke of fate from Roger actually missing. It's going to give Yapsor the chance to heal up a little bit from this shrine, but do still have another charge, will still get the kill. So, I mean, at the end of the day, VP will probably take that. Doesn't matter that that stroke missed. It baited out a shrine usage as well from Yapsor. So
Can't blame him for the miss. There was a bash. The bash pushed him out of it. That's
True.
what the Grimstroke player says.
That's a report for the breaker. And now we're looking on this top lane. Nisha still having absolutely uninterrupted farm as the Lifestealer.
He's going to have an early Midas. Very good start here for Secret. Pressure mid already, though, from VP trying to take on this early tower with that first siege wave. They brought 4 heroes. They actually even bring Ramses in.
They really want this kill. They're going to go in fully onto mid one. TP in from Puppey. He cannot save the TA. The mid one TA is dead. Solo and No One are low. They'll get Solo. See if they can get anything more out of this. They turn towards No One. No One trying his best to back off. He'll turn around with another Poison Touch. Has a Fairy Fire. Ramses is there to stop them from chasing. The Undying Tombstone is also down as Zai's come in. He's trying to help out. Another decay, but it's not enough. No One's still alive. Ramses and Roger still on the high ground as they'll back themselves away. VP will be able to get out of there, and in fact, the damage is enough to tick down Puppey as VP get a second kill in the action in this middle lane. Now mid one back in the game, charges in. Solo across the 3 of them, straight to the back lines, onto Yapso. Poison Touch, the Stroke of Fate reaching Yapso as well. He's so low, he's trying to get away. He is back under the tier 2 tower, will escape, but the tier 1's gone. Mid one can turn, looks to Solo, stick charge, another charge is there, an extra bit of control onto mid one. A sentry's down, mid one's gonna die. VP, they're going, and now Zai, it should be okay. He's got enough strength to back away. Yapso's still trying his best to help from the sidelines with that slow. Ever so low though. But this is VP playing the draft as you'd expect to see them. Just go, go, go. 7 minutes in, they're taking that tier 1 tower away, and they're drawing everyone's attention from Secret towards this middle lane. Of course, Nisha still farming away in that top lane, but the other 4 members of Secret, they've got to deal with this VP moves.
Yeah. Do you see that's exactly what we're talking about, how they're trying to play this early game. You're playing versus TA. I think that we talked about so much how the priority has shifted from that safe lane tower to the mid tower in the last, several patches or so. And this is when you're versus TA, so it's the best. Now you have great invasion, you have ways to get through, and you have much more information on the map. Still very, as you said though, still very, very close in this game. And there's some interesting stuff that happened in that fight. I think Puppey he had the poison touch stayed on him because of the illusions that Sven out at him the whole time. So he died from
because it was a long time that he had that poison touch on him.
He was under some illusions keeping it on him. Yeah, so that fight looked a little bit strange because of it all, but the winner is definitely still Nisha because he's just no pressure on him whatsoever. And Ramses was forced to rotate. Like he ran to the mid lane because he was getting pressured bottom a bit too much. And Puppey just stealing the tomato.
A charge, mid lane, diving under the tier 2 now. VP, they've got Yapso. Mid one will walk across as well as multiple TPs. Zai coming forward. Solo will be the one to fall as he will lose his life there to the tier 3 tower, but they're still just keeping that aggro pressure on, getting the farm for No One in this middle lane as a Dazzle.
I like the spilled Necro book in this one. It's all about just getting that push going early, and it's always going to give versus Dazzle. Cooldown reduction as well as keeping your poison touch on TA is going to be great. Roger. We'll go down.
And it does try the best strat against the no-stun lineup, but the damage output certainly there from Secret.
Quite a bit of gold there that goes for Yapso. Roger was on a 4-kill streak. And it is going to be the Ags Rush on Zai.
Nice. As we said, that's the way you got to play it as a core.
A Buckler first, of course.
Because you've got Puppey as a captain.
Got Puppey. Well, I mean, I think just
he loves his bucklers.
When you play on Dying 2, like you feel so bad without one armor item. Like even just like an urn, like any small armor item will help you that much more.
Oh, Solo.
He's very deep.
He just charges in and he's out. No stuns. He can just do that. I was kind of hoping he'd charge in and take the 2 ancient creeps and then TP out, but he probably would have died if he tried to stick around for those 2 hits. But I can say that he knows that they're there. I mean, they will know that there is vision up at that area of the map. I mean, you can see as well, actually, some of these beautiful...
VP's wards. Yeah, I was just looking at that.
That ward in the high ground in the base, I guess that was the one Solo got off when he died to the tier 3, so... But I mean, maybe it was early as well, but still...
I think it was early. I didn't see him actually trying to place it, yeah.
Maybe it was early, but
maybe.
The deep vision that they have over Secret's half of the map, I mean, it's perfect. It's what they need when you're running the Spirit Breaker lineup. He has free reign to charge and go everywhere. They know every move of Secret at the moment, especially when they have this lineup of a Lifestealer and a TA. These are heroes that they are going to be farming, and now you've got full vision of wherever they're farming on their half of the map.
It can definitely be a scare, though, right? You know they're farming, and you're kind of put on this weird position where you're like, wow, we actually kind of want to make aggressive moves because now we have a Lifestealer and a TA who's just full-blown free farming in this game, and we have a Dazzle mid. Sure, they've got the Sven, who's great for late game, Phoenix too, they have some good stuff, but they've got a Dazzle mid at the end of the day. So right now we have a lot of casual farm just going around. Everybody just hitting creeps all around the map. We even see Solo.
Trying to get a 6.
Yeah, trying to get that 6 up. Sven jungling, giving the lane up to his supports.
They want just one more for a hammer to go for the Desolator.
Yep. Oh, he didn't actually stack that camp. That was a little weird by mid one. Like 11:55. I thought he would have. Mid one never. Mid one is super efficient.
Let's hope Puppey doesn't watch the replay. And this bottom lane.
They don't want to lose this tower. Puppey's already setting up.
Yeah,
They've already lost that one tier 1 mid. This one gives them more access toward those ancients, so Puppey really wants to protect this.
And it's the point where the Dazzle will really start to battle out of control. As in, you know, you get this tower, you're going to pretty much have the gold for the Necro, but and then the tier 2s are an even easier prospect. And of course, yeah, that top lane tier 1 definitely going to be next on the list for VP.
Hey, the longer you stall these tier 1s, if they don't kill it in one shot, there's a tree. You can always remember that. Although it's low armor right now. It's only level 2 as he's maxed.
I mean, yeah, you can definitely sort of see that secrets idea with this one. You know, have the sort of the spam, the fact that you can have Zai, not necessarily Zai, Puppey and Yapzor sitting back of these two supports, living armor. Yapzor just spamming out spells, making it that little harder for VP to push these early objectives and make the time and space for this TA Lifestealer to really come online.
Ramsey's tried to stack, but the unfortunate Thunderhide, the one that never moves after you hit it once.
Oh, yeah.
It stayed in the camp.
Does that still happen?
It just happened to him.
That still happens.
He tried to stack it once more.
That's a feature.
Yep.
You know, he's just a bit slow. It's early morning for the Thunderhide. Jerry, we'll call him.
That is the nice thing that they have on VP2 is that they always have a Sven to clear Ancients too, and they did actually have stacks for him. So he did at least have a triple stack, which I don't think he stacked those. I think he stacked his own jungle. I think someone else stacked those, but we see Secret. They're healing up the tower. They're trying to make their own aggressive move now too as they've gotten some levels up. Yapzor now at the high level, max level on that concussive and 2 in silence.
Yeah, so with the build on no one, I mean, when he hits 10, are you still taking the talent? Like, when does he take a point in the grave? Because obviously with this core build, the aggressive build, he hasn't got a point in grave yet. But does it not become worth to get one for yourself, even just to buy time for teammates to come in and help you out if you get Dover Pump?
Yeah, perhaps. I'm not too sure for that one. I even don't know if he's going to take the damage. I think there could be an argument for XP gain in this game if they want to.
If they want to play this fast,
I know the damage is like your core. Of course you want it, but like you know, it could be a little bit different in this one because the game slowed down a little bit. They have to have a way to be able to at least take the fights in scaling.
Bottom lane, Solo was eyeing up Zai, but definitely not a target that you want to commit on underneath the tower unless you're super sure that you are going to be able to see him. Oh, let's have a look. So they are going to push in as the 4th, and VP.
They really want this one. They know they have to commit, like we were talking about. They have to commit to take the towers, and this is your time to shine. You're playing versus a lineup, as you said. There's a TA and a Lifestealer. You know what their hero, what their heroes do. They're trying to farm their Deso. They're trying to farm their Radiance before they really try to get online and fight. And Nisha's probably getting pretty close to it.
He's definitely getting close to that relic.
Yeah.
We saw him, I want to say about a minute ago, he had 2k gold towards it.
Yep.
And since then, he's been in the jungle, just about hit 3k. It is going to be good mindless Radiance timing from him. But bottom lane, VP, they finally get that objective on the tier 1. They dive in. In fact, they get the connection straight away onto Zai. Getting caught out by, I believe, the Inchwell Stun before he's able to get any spell off in return. So that's the offlane gone.
They committed pretty hard for it with that egg.
I think you push on. You're going to have Necro Book back up to pop in 20 seconds. They could try and stick around here for the tier 2. They know that this is still a time of the game where the TA and Lifestealer aren't quite ready to turn up to these fights, especially in these more awkward positions. For Secret, as VP, they have the vision. They have the push.
TA might start coming, though, unless they... But okay, now Ramses is starting to make that move bottom, too. So they also get vision of Puppey for
They see him out. They've got the sentry down. They're prepared for a charge forward and a bash back. Solo has the control onto Puppey. There's Ramses coming in for the finishing shot, taking the money for himself. As another kill for VP, the push will continue down here.
Trying to keep that high octane going. They've got the phase. They've got Echo Saber now coming on the Sven, too. Just force these towers. Do not let
just go. 15 minutes as well, you'll be able to take the 2 bounty runes down bottom easily. At the same time, though, Nisha's going to get the 2 up top, and in fact, there's a buyback. They're going to bring the one in. This is the fight. They do want to try and turn this one around, Secret, as they'll get on top of Ramses. They'll kill the Sven, they'll stop the push. VP have to back off. Dive back. Asher getting that Midas efficiency off, and they will TP out to safety. So only Ramses to fall. Puppey having to use a buyback for that, but definitely dare say worth it, because the tier 2 stays alive. As we mentioned earlier, they have that tree. It's going to be back up to full eventually. And if you're saving tier 2s against this lineup that desperately wants to take them at this earlier timing, it's always going to be worth. As bottom lane, as well as defending their own tier 2, they push back with mid 1 being in place. They'll take the tier 1 tower. Itemization from mid 1 as well. He's got the Dessa queued straight into the BKB. He knows that the fight is going to come to him. He does not need to go jumping and looking for it.
Well, the big thing, I mean, if he gets BKB, then he's the one who needs to hit the egg on his team. If they have the lifestealer who can as well, show it the rage, but if he gets BKB, that egg is going to die.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, between the two of them.
Yeah,
they'll get the egg every fight.
Solo getting spotted out here.
Straight up silence, and they have the damage. That's Solo gone. Secret now starting to show their strength as they hit back against that early first 15 minutes of aggression that VP were trying best to dominate with.
Just such an important last 2 minutes for Secret. Just that buyback from Puppey and then being able to commit as Ramses gets caught out. It slows Ramses' farm down quite a bit there when he dies. Now they have their own aggressive stance. They get some wards down. They don't have Undying ult, but I think Tombstone should be back up soon.
No one actually, bit of a sneaky TP there. Just didn't fancy the walk.
He did take the usual talent, by the way.
He took the
damage, yeah. I thought maybe there was a chance.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But no, you're a core. You always just take the core talent, I guess.
How are we doing on that Ags for Undying's about halfway there. Nisha, another Midas pop, 300 gold, and Radiance will be done. He has had an entirely free farm game at the moment, 0-0-0. Your classic safe lane carry, 1-4-2 and 30 on the CS.
You can't ask for better as a lifestealer in this game. Sure, you can have some kills, sure, but he's got the dream game. He's level 14 as well, so he's going to be 15 with Radiance timing. That's absolutely fantastic for Secret, and that's exactly where they want to be.
I mean, I was going to say, you get this Midas Radiance, and is that the point where you are going to see Nisha TP into these sort of defenses, or do you just keep farming?
I think you just get BKB TA and you go force the Roche. I think you just get wards around the Roche pit. You have a train protector anyway, so with the BKB and Lifesteal, the Roche should be pretty easy.
Because it wouldn't be a bad shout, because you say in terms of team fight from VP, it's pretty much the egg, and they can kill it with these heroes and BKB on TA, as you say.
Yeah, and it's a great kiting.
So that's threat scum.
It's a great kiting area, right? If you get this Tombstone down, they start hitting it, you root them with the train. Oh my, it's like you're gonna get these things built up on you pretty easily. So could be a bit of a concern for VP around that Roche pit area in the next few moments when mid one gets BKB.
Ramses queuing up the manta after that echo, help to deal with well, pretty much it's so much that you can manta off this game actually from Secret's heroes.
I think it's always rule of thumb. It's when you're playing carries versus tree. It's even if you don't want to, you almost need BKB manta.
I think that anytime you're sort of playing a high HP hero against a lifestealer, you cannot afford to let yourself stay open wounded.
Yep, absolutely. Trying to get these early wards down, preparing.
VP's in a good position here on that high ground. Charge in onto mid one. Let's look straight away towards the TA. Puppey does come in with the ult. Dive forward from the Phoenix. They're focusing down this TA. The ult from Solo holds mid one in place, and mid one's gone. They've got the kill. It's a bit one. Let's see if they can get more. The Soulbind onto the two of them. They've lost the Dazzle, but here's the charge for you onto Yapsor. Yapsor, Choker's down by Ramses. He's got a stun, but he's not thrown it yet. Holding onto it now for a help. Onto the Undying, but Zai, he's already got the strength built up. They do kill our Puppey, but Ramses, he charged in for this one. He's going to get left behind. They've lost the Sven. Secret, they'll turn for more Pasha. He's already dove. They've got the magical burst. The Radiance tick damage. Nisha gets the double kill. Secret again able to hit back hard against VP's attempts to keep the tempo up. The momentum continues to shift towards Secret.
Puppey was ready. He was in position for them to gank that. Even though mid one was very far up, they can turn it around because of how close everybody on their team is. Everyone was pretty much in the vicinity of that fight happening. Almost like they knew it was going to start coming. Mid one maybe calling, I'm near my BKB, stay near me so I can farm it. Could be something along those lines.
And this game, it's sure numbers-wise, just 2K for Secret, but with the drafts and with the ways that the game has been slowed down, you have now got to worry a little bit for VP's lineup.
Absolutely. It's Ramses Sven, which, Sven, we've seen Sven solo carry and dominate games, but it's not a free farm Sven. And it's versus heroes that, lifestealers can be pretty good versus it. If you're a lifestealer that's over a Sven in farm, then your Sven is in a lot of trouble. Your Sven always wants to be over farm of the lifestealer and putting the pressure on. So yeah, Ramses 3-3. Now he's dying. He's having to commit his life for these plays that they're making.
With the armlet, Nisha, you can certainly expect to see the toggles come through. Especially around these hard-hitting heroes like the Sven, as you say, this hero that can eventually offer this massive amount of physical punch.
Yeah, I like
You can toggle it.
Some small, any type of armor bonuses. You're playing versus Dazzle too. Dazzle's going to reduce your armor naturally as the fight progresses. Yeah. We've seen a lot of medallions, but armlet used to be the best item on Lifestealer for a very good reason. And we have the Ags finished up on
He's got it. He's ready to build up that strength.
He's not 15 yet. The 15 talent is where it makes it, you know, plus 50 seconds on your decay, but
Radiant's bottom tower
he
is
also
under
needs to have
attack.
max decay first, too. He's only got 2 levels up. He's very strong now. Very scary.
Bottom line, Nisha. More money for him, Pasha. Go for the Sunray TP up. Getting himself away from Zai. There's another tier 2 taken. Well, I say another. So the first tier 2 of the game, taken by Secret's lineup in a game where, considering the drafts, VP certainly would have been the ones that had the better game plan and looked to get a tier 2 first. But Secret were able to stop that, hold back those pushes. VP only able to take the 3 tier 1s, whereas Secret, they're the ones pushing back. Now even eyeing up a second tier 2, as you can really feel how the sort of map control, it's in Secret's hands now.
Yeah, absolutely. They get wards down, they get traps down all over the place. They haven't controlled this top area just yet. They're starting to put some traps down to secure it for them to prepare for that rush, because we saw mid one has the BKB. They've got everything they really need in order to try to force that.
Top tower is under attack.
Solo teasing around with a charge in the mid, but ward is down. Secret with full vision on that area if they do try and get in.
Looks like what Dazzle's going, so this is the smoke. So Dazzle's going for a mech in this game now after that book 1, so he wants to give his team a little bit more team fight, because like you said, it's a lot just relying on the Phoenix Egg right now at the moment.
See if they can get a jump off the back of this smoke. Trying to bait with mid 1 on the front at the moment. Only Roger in lane.
Puppy's going to try some like invis, sneaky, infest gank it seems here, running through trees. This could work. This could catch somebody off guard here.
VP's playing it smart, though. They're keeping themselves behind the tier 2 and to the top half of the map. They know that Secret's likely to be looking around his Solo. Will charge across. Not quite the vision there to get a route off from Yapzor's Atos. So Solo will be fine to get to the creep. Easy range creeps, yes. They'll still hunt around here, Secret, but VP working smartly with his time. Pasha's able to push that top lane all the way out.
Yeah, and they push bottom out with the Dazzle summons as well.
Smart read of the map from VP there.
That was great. I mean, they just bought themselves 2k gold.
Yeah.
They picked up the bounties earlier, as well as pushed out the lanes. Not getting caught by Secret there.
Pretty much giving no one the money to get his full Greaves. It's going to be, it should be there for the next fight, but Secret are going to try and force that next fight to come sooner than those Greaves are. They're straight into the pit. And VP, as we said, they have got the egg, but Secret with multiple ways of being able to take it down.
Put him on high ground, get the vision, so you can see when they're
Can VP really stop this? This is going to be such a hard ordeal for them if they can. Solo's going to charge in on the tree, but indeed it's already gone. The Roshan, the Aegis, is in the hands of mid 1. Ramsey's popped off the ult. He'll turn straight away towards Jab, so they have got the Supernova on the other side. They'll try and turn towards it. Nisha tried to look towards it, but there's the bash control for Solo. The egg will go off. Nisha's in trouble. He's surrounded, stunned up, trying his best to run away. Has Zion pumping by his side, jumps deep inside Zai, and stuns out onto the Undying. Zai's gone. They've lost 2 Secret, they've lost 3. Nisha's dead as well. They may have got the Roshan and the Aegis, but Secret will lose the team fight. Puppy, he's dead as well. Solo gets the double kill. VP taking a fantastic fight around the pit, despite turning up what seemed to be a little too late.
That was Pasha, 100%.
He gets that egg off perfectly. I mean, Secret didn't know what to do.
Yeah, they kind of like hiccuped back and forth to try to decide if they wanted to go for the egg. Absolutely perfect positioning, but also, like we said, there's no stuns, so the Sunray is full duration every time as well. He just gets a full Sunray on people in all these fights too. And he gets a great dive after the egg too, catching everybody.
Yeah, that was
beautiful fight by Pasha. And no one survived too, so he got all his spells off, so that minus armor starts to build up, everyone starts to get much harder.
Excellent swing there from VP.
Yeah.
In a game where, as we said, it looks like with this drop, if they can make fights happen like that, you can feel it there as well. It was sort of Nisha like turned towards the egg. You know that Secret had in mind that, hey, they could come, they could supernova us, but we can kill it. But the positioning and the way that VP were able to control that fight and make sure that Secret could not get on the egg instantly. They could reach it eventually, but you saw one hit from Nisha and they realized, oh, we're too late. We cannot take down this egg.
They even tried to go for, I think Ramsey's even tried to go for the double stun with the Grimstroke thing, but BKB was popped by mid one before it hit, but either way, they had the attention focused away from that egg already, so. Yep, beautiful by Pasha. And level 15 now, Shiva's going for a Halberd. Great Halberd game versus the TA, of course. Better versus those ranged heroes always. Yeah,
I think Secret, they've just got to step up their attention towards the Phoenix in these fights. They cannot let Pasha get that off. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty smooth sailing fight for them this top. Ooh, he's able to grab that bounty rune and Mantra's way out of there. Hasn't used the Midas. There we go. Now pops it. Level 19 AC being built into the Sven, keeping on par with both the Lifestealer and TA, both Nisha and mid-1. Ramses is up there, level with them.
He's 3-3 and 7, but after that fight, it caught him back up perfectly.
Gave him a lot.
Yeah, gave him so much in it.
2k lead back now for VP. Secret.
It's still tough.
Nisha, he's going for an AC as well himself to at least sort of help out the team against that inevitable AC of Ramses.
Team fights are still seeming really tough, at least in if they can't kill the egg, Secret is gonna have trouble.
They have to kill the egg.
Just like with no stuns, it makes your fights weird. Like they don't have BKBs or anything, but you can't stop this Sven from just running at people and hitting them.
And you are also at this point where now Zai on the Undying. You know, there is a reason why this hero sort of had a whole period where no one wanted to play him. I mean, you got sort of 12 armor, he dies. Yeah. You know, this hero, if Ramses gets on top of him, he's gone. He's out of the fight.
If he does get ignored for a bit, though, and he gets a couple of decays out,
it's a big if. Is VP the sort of team to ignore you? That's the question. Solo's able to charge away. The Secret will start the push up top.
It's really just so dependent on these eggs. I think if the egg goes off, VP has a high chance to win the fight. If the egg doesn't go off, they probably will lose the fight. Especially now that there's still the Aegis as well on mid one for another minute or so. VP maybe wanted to catch him as the Aegis expires. Didn't see exactly how much time left it had.
Because outside her base, smoked up VP. See if they can jump mid one.
We've got a minute and 10 seconds left on it. It's still quite a bit of time.
You can certainly imagine that VP will have that timing in mind when looking for these plays.
They just wanted to smoke out, I guess, together, just to be careful. I mean, mid wave was pushing in super hard, so they expected Secret to be making an aggressive move. No mobility item for Puppy, so he's their only real, I guess, like, disable, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and he's just sort of, as we're seeing, the only real vessel at the moment for Nisha to sort of sneak into good positions.
He's got the blink TA now.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
So
right, mid one's a great target.
Mid one is taking his time. He still didn't choose his level 20 talent. What's he thinking?
Is there not an obvious one in this situation? You think it?
Dispel seems really good.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely against this.
I mean, if your BKB's out, you're likely dead anyway, but there's a lot of things that you can dispel anyway. So, probably that one. As we see, Ramsey steps so forward, but he's still fine. Lots of force staffs protective on VP because there's no stuns on Secret, so they can just force away.
Yeah, force staff is always,
really nice.
It's always a great item anyway. Yeah. It's definitely one of those items that you see top teams, they'll get 2, 3 of them every time.
Even no one got one for himself. He knows they can just kite around. Oh, he takes the armor reduction. Okay, so he took a lot of time to debate which talent he wanted there.
He did. He definitely would have been thinking about it.
He was 20 for a good, like, wow. I think that's part of the debate. It's like, fire spirits are annoying, poison touch is annoying, but BKB can deal with that. And if BKB's gone, I'm probably dead. I don't know. Curious about that one, actually.
Yeah, I've got a lot of on Pasha. The Halberd, Shiva's Guard, a lot of ways to keep his team alive and to really throw a spanner into the works of Secret and go for the Yags.
Yeah, he's cute. I haven't seen the Yags actually yet on Phoenix. I don't think I've even seen it in a pub game myself. I know what it does with the Sunray, but I haven't actually gotten to see it.
It looks pretty cool.
Okay.
I mean, you know, you're a freaking sort of sun on fire shooting out a massive Sunray.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine how, yeah.
And they can't do anything about it. I mean, not that they could do anything about the Sunray anyway.
They can kill the egg, but,
no, I guess, now this is actually... Well, I guess they could have killed the Phoenix outside of the egg, but... you know, it's where's the counter? If they hit the egg, sure. But if he gets another fight off like that, you pretty much give a rampage to this Phoenix. You know, Pasha can do it. He'll have the power with the Axe.
What level is he too? He's probably pretty close to that.
Saying that with the minus.
16. Not 18 yet.
He's getting good XP.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'm still, yeah, as we say, Zai falling a little bit behind on his Undying.
Ooh, Puppy's doing some non-traditional wards, cutting some trees to get extra vision with them and putting them in different spots.
Well, that's smart.
I think this area right here that we're looking at is probably the most important area in the game. Like the just was that ancient.
You gotta say, where was the egg that won the team fight last time? It was where that ward is watching.
Ooh, they see no one for a second here. Found the ward.
It does, and they're gonna go up top. They found Nisha.
They found the big one.
Nisha was entirely away from the rest of his lineup, and they get the jump on him. That's a huge catch for VP. There's no Nisha for 80 seconds. He has got buyback. VP finding a beautiful pick, the dream pick there. Yeah. Getting that live sealer.
Must have gotten the silence on him. Maybe some like nether strike into silence before he can get anything off. Tomes come up now. We have that 30-minute mark. So level 18 Phoenix, that other thing we were talking about, how important egg is to get off for VP in the fights. And Now it's going to be a little bit easier. I don't think he's going to hit 18 off of that, but soon.
But this is, I mean, this game's whole 30 minutes in. A brilliant start to the day between these two teams. Only 1K goal between them and a very back and forth match. VP.
Busting out the Dazzle.
They're pushing in up top.
Yeah. Putting the pressure on, trying to use as much time as possible while Nisha's dead. Get that tower damage, but they are just full committing the defense here for Secret.
The soul behind the silence onto the building's good as well. That's going to have Pasha. He's able to get in position with a perfect egg. They've got to be careful. They've got no way of hitting it, taking it down. They've got to keep the distance. The rage was out, but Nisha still gets hit by the supernova stun. Solo graved up, no one able to help him drop down the TA trap, but Solo charges away. He'll be able to escape this. They're trying to chase him, but he's got enough speed with that charge to get out of there.
And that's
a Nisha buyback.
Wow.
It's used.
And they just disengage. The no TPs. It's
yeah.
continuing to. Are there no stuns?
Nobody died. I mean, you saw that as well. Clutch play for no one. Could have let Solo go there, but offering the heals on the grave required to get that space cow out of there. As VP lose no one. Well, they don't. They
lose no one.
Nothing is lost.
And there's
but the Roshan is up, and there is no egg now. There's no egg.
Yeah,
this is big.
No Grimstroke ult either.
Let's see if they can work with this.
No soul bind.
I mean, Secret's got to, right? This is the opportunity that they have to make work out of a bad situation. You've expended a lifestealer buyback, but there's no egg. But they still feel that it's a little scary going into that pit. I mean, I'd understandably so sure there's no egg, but hey, this is a Phoenix that can still offer a lot. The disarms, the Shiva's Guard slow, and just the general damage output Pash can get in around those BKBs and rages.
Yeah, and I think in the last fight too,
it's not easy.
When he dove in, the initial dive, I don't think it got both halberded, but the Grimstroke ulti, I almost saw him halberd both targets with the Grimstroke ult.
I mean, if it didn't,
he definitely got it on the TA, and if the TA is disarmed and the Phoenix egg is going off, Lifestealer probably can't kill it in this instance by himself. So that's also another thing I guess we have to watch out for is Grimstroke ult into halberd in this game.
I mean, it's going to get to the point, if it hasn't already, where the BKB and rage duration, it's just not enough to deal with this, as you say, in terms of wanting to hit the egg, having to worry about being disarmed.
Dude, Solo has a BKB. Solo. He's got a whole BKB and a spirit vessel.
He just charges in.
He is so farmed this game.
So with all these sort of pieces coming together, I don't know if Secret can kill the egg at all. I mean, we talked about earlier sort of rage, BKB, but they have to find sort of this one little gap in sort of the offense of VP to have any sort of chance of popping BKB and rage and hitting that egg.
They just have no way of controlling it.
No, Solo's just going to BKB charge through them all, bash them all back. You've got that extra sort of disable to stop them from being able to take it down. It is looking like a free Phoenix game now. Yeah,
it's starting to look really difficult for Secret to take those, but Solo steps up a bit far here, and he's worth a lot of money. Oh, whoop. Meld reduction talent. Low armor on Spirit Breaker. Well, low, quote unquote. Not really. Gets completely eviscerated. That's what happens when you talk about him, right? We're like, oh, Solo has so much farm, he's doing so well.
I mean, I'm just ready for the fun as well from Pasha.
I want
400 gold,
I want this Ags. Yeah, I really want it.
I mean, you still got a tier 2 up in the mid lane. You don't need buyback.
We already got the one fun Ags. We already got the Zai Ags this game, which is a little underwhelming.
I was going to say, I don't think it's been that fun for Zai. There's not really been able to do too much with it. It has been the focus at the start of a few team fights. They're trying for that Roche, but there he is on the sidelines. Pasha getting their health down of Nisha. Nisha having to put the rage, dodge that stun. Secret desperately trying to focus this. The egg is back up for Pasha. But they're not going to look to take the fight before the Roshan's taken. As Aegis and Cheese will be picked up by Secret now. Pasha looks to go in. Here's the egg. Secret, they've got to back away. They cannot stick around for this. The root will come out to them, but Ramsey's mantas it off. Charges in on towards Zai. Zai is dead. Mid one's BKB is about to wear off. He has to retreat out of this. A blink away will save him. Stuns out onto Yapzor. Some rares well from Pasha as they beam down the Skyraf Mage. Yapzor taking out low. There's going to buyback from Zai coming in. Nisha and Puppey, they'll turn. They've got Ramsey's dead for 90. The clap from Zai. The Sorin finishes off no one. Solo, BKB ulting Nisha, but he's not got a lot of help to give him a hand here. Solo's got to get out of there. They've lost 2 on VP. They'll charge across the 3 of them and will get away. Secret with that buyback. Able to punish VP a bit for trying to push on and fight around that shrine area.
Oh, the Hex just got picked up by mid one too.
Oh no, Solo. He wanted to try and have a look for the bounty runes, but indeed, mid one there, ready and waiting.
I feel like they overcommitted. They probably thought that Yapzor was weaker than that, but he turns and gets that ulti off, and
they thought he was a free kill, that Scaraf.
He ended up doing so much damage to all of them, and the cleanup just comes through his eyes buyback, and that just completely turns everything that was happening before.
Yeah, it was a big tunnel vision there from VP that certainly will hurt them. As now, once
Level
again,
25 now.
the game swung back into Secret's favor. 4K lead.
Egg got off, but they were able to disengage decently.
Yeah, you could definitely sort of feel that that was VP sort of feeling themselves a bit. They're like, right, we got the egg. They're running away. Let's pick off the squishies. Perhaps are not quite as squishy as expected.
Yeah.
There's now Secret pushed back. Tier 2 tower in trouble. Still 20 seconds without the Sven.
Just throws the tombstone up on that high ground already. Gets the vision of the base, sees exactly where they're positioned right now.
Of course, there's a lot of tower hits to take down a tombstone, so
Yep.
does not care at all about using it to tank those towers.
That's it. This is a vision mode. Yeah, 1800 vision, so you can see inside that back of the base. And now they got some tower damage done. Back up reset. They can look for those shrines if they would like to.
Yeah, Ramsey's back up, so no point in sticking around too far. Secret, they do have that lifestealer TA to rely on at pretty much all points of the game, regardless how late it goes. As we'll see where they'll head for next. 4 staff picked up by Zai. So an extra way to get himself out of the center of action. Abyssal Blade being closed in by Nisha. That extra bit of control that will be all important against the Sven. I mean, not even necessarily just against the Sven, also potentially against Pasha if they ever catch him sort of diving in.
Yeah.
If they catch him mid-dive with the Abyssal Blade.
They have and they even got now. Okay, this is the other big one. I didn't know if Puppy was actually going to be able to get it this game because he was not getting any farm, but he actually has a mobility item for himself now on this tree. So positioning was a huge problem for him to get good overgrowths off. Now he's got Blink, so he should be able to get those off pretty reliably for his team.
And we have got that Axe on Pasha done. So
he does, okay.
We can expect some very glorious looking team fights with that sun ray beaming straight out of the heart of the supernova.
Such a close game, though. It's so super back and forth. Even though it's felt like VP had some control for it when they got some good eggs. Secret, they have the control of the Roche, which is the big thing that has just been giving them this extra control of the map and just getting all these traps down constantly. You see VP's having to spend extra money, always putting these sentries down and deal with annoying side traps that keep vision of you. Ward bottom spots out most of VP. They pick up a gem, I think, on VP. I think they must have picked up a gem for the Treant. So they're trying to scout around to see where all that vision is. And right away, Secret's just going in. They hit level 25 on Nisha. He's got that increased plus 2 seconds on his rage.
A minute left on the Aegis, so wanting to get as much as they can done with it.
Control again. They force them back. They force the glyph. Go Shrine. Disciplined maneuvers coming out from Secret. VP starting to fall.
And we did see this, we sort of saw this dip from VP about 15 minutes earlier, and in a position where we thought it would be very hard for them to get back on top. They were able to do so with this superior team fight setup with the egg. But they definitely with the itemization of Secret, it's going to get harder and harder for Pasha to sort of cast the egg. Once he does get the egg off, it's still likely to be very successful unless Secret are able to simply run away from the sun.
It still is just that they also do just have it's Cordazzle, right? So it's the Sven who's going to be doing a lot of that damage in the fight with it. As they're trying to get a wrap around here with the smoke.
They're going to get the charge in straight away. They've got the soul by the stun. It's out to the 2 of them with the combo. They're breathing down on Lifestealer as Nisha's dead. 2 minutes dead on the Lifestealer. They get the Aegis out of the hands of mid one. They're ready to go again. He will be able to find that blink. The BKB's there as well, but Solo Ramsey's focusing down upon him. He's going for the TP. They're trying to move around. Can they get anything off in time? They cannot with a BKB TP. Mid one will survive. Zai will be the new focus. He's got a lot of strength stolen, but not nearly enough armor as the physical hits still hurt, as they'll lose Zai as well.
Rage. Someone else has to help him, and they couldn't. But also, the smoke charges that VP's doing, you can't react in time. You can't get your rage off. You can't get your BKBs off because it's just so fast that you come from the fog. Solo pops his, oh god. What's the W?
What are you talking about?
Spirit Breakers. I can't believe I forgot to get a spell name. This is the first time.
Empowering haste?
It's not what it's called anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Bulldoze, bam, got
Bulldoze.
it.
There
Yeah,
you go.
Bulldoze.
Oh,
Yeah, Bob's Bulldoze. and-
Just testing.
I can't believe I actually forgot a spell name for a second.
Yeah, we'll add that one to the in-game Dota quiz.
That hasn't happened to me in a long time.
No, I'm not very good at that. But there we have it. I mean, they do back off, though. They don't try and push for a tier 3 or a barracks. Can you sort of respect why VP would sort of hold back there, or would you maybe like to see them go a little more? Like, why do they sort of play that disciplined and not try to push on, despite, at that moment in time, there's probably still at least 30 seconds where there was no Zai and no Nisha.
They don't know that Nisha doesn't have buyback, right? You make a committed play, he buys back.
Yeah.
Something could go drastically wrong for you. I think you just back up, farm it up. They just got it. Like, that was a huge win for them there, being able to push Secret completely back. They've got full map control now to be able to farm. Got a lot of items picked up out of it rather than a risk. The other one's a risk. You maybe get a tier 3 out of it, but you could die and then get trapped in your base for the next 5 minutes or so.
Oh, we've got the MKB done on Ramses now. So he'll have no trouble dishing out the damage.
Yeah, it doesn't have to worry so much about Radiance as well as the evasion talent on the Lifestealer now.
That's a big one as well for Yap. So if he can get that Hex complete, having a couple of Hexes now.
We're gonna
once
have
that's done on the Secrets lineup.
Farm support to this game, that's for sure.
Pasha needs to use that Midas though. Come on, Pasha. There's no neutrals. They've already been killed out.
That's probably the greatest thing about the global concussive is just information you get from it. Whenever you see one hero on the map, you just click that global. You get to know pretty much where the rest of the team is from that, just because it follows him, and bam, you see Rem. He's farming there, you're probably assuming that there's some people around him.
So all about who gets those jumps and hexes.
And then there's another one. If you're positioned on the right place of the map, actually, you can use your first global concussive, and then by the time it reaches the second one, you get vision from it, you use the second one, you can keep chaining it. So he's positioned really far away. We're probably going to keep seeing global concussive.
Can really afford to try and head and, you know, before Roshan dies and before Secret's able to pick up the...
I mean, they've been trying to commit for it.
They've always struggled to get in soon enough. Yeah,
they've got Medallion, they've got the Meld Armor talent, they've got TA particular. They just kill this very, very quickly, and then as soon as the Tombstone gets dropped down, then Secret has the information of the fight. Yeah, and then VP's like, okay, we have to kind of commit because it's probably low.
They have seen this though. They have the wall by the pit, but they TP back to the base. But indeed, yeah, the speed that Secret take this. Refresher Shard's going to be there. Who's going to be the one to want to grab that?
Double Tombstone.
Double Tombstone. Well, triple Tombstone with the level 20 talent as well. Once he dies. I'm sure he has to die.
He took the death one. Yeah, that's the death one.
Yeah, he went for death.
And then, yeah. Yep, I mean, double Tombstone's always going to be useful. He can even double Rip. Double Rip is really good. Like 500 healing, 450 healing, or whatever. So back up, they claim themselves a high ground. I mean, being a little bit careful here.
Looking at No One's Arms as well, he's got about 5k gold saved up after he picked up that Hex. I mean, sort of a mid-dazzle, is there any other sort of big item you can see? Because obviously the Hex is that's the fantastic late game one, but then when you're starting to roll in the money after that, where do you want to go?
It's like the BKB is one of the likelier ones that he maybe will queue up, but he hasn't
He's got so much money.
So.
He's just keeping hold of that. He didn't even... Yeah, I'm not crazy, right? That's not a level 3 Necrobook, is it?
No, it's level 1. He doesn't need an upgrade.
Oh, you don't? Wait, why?
It feeds a lot of gold.
Really, is that... It is actually... What, the balancing is the sense that it's worth so much when you upgrade it and you feed it that you just don't want to upgrade it? Because that's got to say there's something wrong with the item then. If you're not wanting to upgrade an item when you've got 5k gold.
Well, you're a core. You're the mid-dazzle. I think buying that's like full committing. If you go for the book 3, you're fully committed on that build.
But he's got 5k gold.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of money. He's got money to spend.
Ooh.
And he doesn't want to upgrade it.
They found a good stroke. They have vision of him.
Let's see what they can have. Ramsey jumps in, and it's again, it's a problem over the 4-stop. Gets Puppey out of the range so he can turn and get the ultimate off. They're focusing immediately down, but there's the Phoenix Supernova with the Sunray. It's turning around, and look at this burn. Pasha! Again, the Supernova's putting a stop to it all. If they get the Aegis, they'll be able to instantly kill off mid-1 again. As Zai left alone, a lot of strength, but a lot of uselessness. His Undying does nothing now. He's dead. Triple kill for Ramses. Secret felt like they were just sort of throwing themselves against a brick wall there. And a brick wall that had a big burning sun on top of it that was shooting out a big old supernova sunray.
They stacked. They just stacked way too close on Secret there. Ramses gets a beautiful initiation as the Sven. Yeah. Gets a multiple hero stun. Gets another one afterwards after it too, because he's got the reduced cooldown as well.
I mean, him as well, not just Noah. He's holding on to 8k gold after that. He doesn't. I mean, he's kind of pretty much done it. Obviously, he can pick up a Moon Shard. He can swallow an Aghanims eventually, but I mean, there's no time to spend your cash. The 3 dead on Secret. They're pushing onto the high ground. There will be a buyback from mid one. But the tier 3 tower, it's gone. They're onto the mid set of racks.
Like Secret, like the team fights are so weird because sometimes it looks so convincing for Secret, but other times not because there's the control factor, right? They're getting chain stunned and they have no way to chain stun back. They have a puppy root and that's it. And in that fight, he's the one who got initiated on.
And the 0 stuns coming back to haunt Secret.
Quite a bit here, as you said, 8,000 gold on no one, and I believe now it's probably like 10,000 on Ramses. So we could make lots of guesses of what items they're gonna get.
I mean, what's he gonna do? I mean,
Moon Shard and your boots travel probably first.
What, over the Ags?
How much? Eating the eggs.
Well, that's
7,000 gold or
6,200. 6,200.
How's that not so bad right now?
What the hell? It's just 4,200 plus 2,000.
Yeah,
It's not hard.
Yeah. It's not 22. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, as I say, he's holding on to the gold.
They have options.
So's no one.
They got so much control, and they keep getting these like dream fights. That time it was Secret who got the vision too, right? They saw the Grimstroke, but they still aren't able to grab anybody. They have a Hex on Yapsor, but he's the
There we
only
go,
one.
actually. That's his option. He's going to change his slots up. He's going to get Lincoln's runners there. I mean, there's a lot of Hexes in play.
Hex, Abyssal,
Yeah. But
even Halberd.
I'm going to say, I hope that no one spent the money, because I feel like otherwise you'd probably be like, hey, Dazzle, buy a Lincoln.
Couldn't he get the Lincoln because he has the CD? Yeah, he has the CDR
because he has
too.
the cooldown reduction.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather? If no one hasn't spent his money, if I was Ramses, I'd be a little bit annoyed. I'd be like, come on, dude, why do you get the Lincolns? Why do I have to put a slot?
Maybe they're just what item it could be. Maybe it could just be a big item. Puppy, trying to scout, give him information. Right now, Secret is totally trapped in their base, though. This has been a commanding
12k lead now.
here.
The biggest lead we've seen all game. 47 minutes now.
The first like lead that actually feels extremely impactful.
Yeah, this is a very worrying jump up now for Secret. They're in a tough situation.
Level 20 now, 2 Grimstroke. They've got the +1 Phantom. Oh, he spent gold. He bought a... still
has 6,000 gold. I feel I'd still be like, dude, do you have to have that one? Can you not buy a Lincoln's for?
Buy an Axe.
I feel like...
the AoE Grave.
I mean, even just a second Lincoln's. You know, more Lincolns can't be a bad thing against all these hexes.
They have a lot of options right now after that last.
Because you know, if Secret do get a good jump with a good Hex or an Abyssal Blade, that's what it's going to take for Secret to win a fight. And if you can stop that...
Pasha has a refresher.
Okay. So,
and he's got 25 now. So they couldn't kill the egg before.
So now there's going to be, effectively 2 eggs, I guess essentially 3 sets of his whole skill set.
Yeah, that is...
So, and, you know, triple disarms. Well,
he's not gonna get those.
Well, you never know.
I mean, he could.
Triple Midases, which I'll personally be watching for to make sure that he does get the maximum efficiency.
Pasha's 6-1 and 12 of this game. He's played pretty much perfectly in this one. He's had dream eggs every single time, always in the right place.
No, he's shown us the power of the old bird. He really is. And I guess sort of the thing that we didn't really talk about too much on that top lane. You know, we were talking about the whole time how Nisha was getting a beautiful start up there, but of course Pasha as well was getting space. He's getting that solo lane. And it's really shown, and he's just been able to do so much in the fights with this farm. And
he hasn't built something like to protect himself from Skywrath, which sometimes you do see, like, you know, you can be a little scared as a Phoenix. You need a Lotus Orb, you need something to protect yourself from Ancient Seal, but Yapsor is not in the position in this game to be that close to a Phoenix, because there's a Spirit Breaker, there's a Sven. There's too many ways to just, like, not let him get into that back.
Yeah, VP have the team fight control needed to peel him away and towards the egg. And as we say, Secret, they don't have stuns. They do now have those items that... so the pseudo stuns, the abyssal blades, the hexes, other ways to lock down enemies. But it's been a long time coming, and it's now at a point in the game where their base has taken a beating, and they're 14,000 gold behind at 50 minutes in.
And they're not leaving their base either. They're trapped. Puppy's literally the only one who's left the base in the last few moments, really. He's just walking around trying to give wards. He's put wards in pretty much like all the high ground spots to try to keep tabs of where VP is.
I'm just hoping we see some refresher shard action for Pasha as well. Give him the quadruple.
I'd rather the Grimstroke, the refresher Grimstroke with an Aghanims too. Give him an Aghanims.
Okay, and once he's got a Hex, once Roger gets that Hex,
he's had the Hex.
Oh, he was queued up.
Oh, Roger's had that Hex for a while now on the Grim.
Oh, who's queued? Someone else is queuing up a Hex.
Someone else have a Lotus Orb.
No one's still got 7,600 gold.
He does still have a lot.
Dude, he has a wand and a Bassi. Like, he doesn't need these things. Does he need a wand? Are you telling me there's not something that he can buy that's not better than a wand for that slot?
Dude, Wand is really good with Dazzle. Grave,
Okay. Yeah, okay.
he has 8,000 gold.
He's got 8,000 gold.
And they've actually passed the shard off to Yapsor now. So they couldn't have Zai get it off in that bottom team
Roger's not going to hex him up it.
Roger didn't have one?
No, he's got Ether Lens and Neon Disc.
Then I just clicked on something else.
Trying to bamboozle me.
Yeah, sorry. I was just tricking you, testing you. So Moon Shard, Eaton, and they still just have full control. You just see Secret, they're not able to really farm on anyone. They're pretty terrified because these wards are not giving them any information.
He's buying an item. It's the Hurricane Pike. I like that. Well, dude, he had a 4-star for so long. He just doesn't like upgrading his items. Doesn't want to upgrade the Necro Book, doesn't want to upgrade the 4-star. Finally, no one will invest in the Hurricane Pike. I mean, why not? An extra bit of stats.
Looks like they're more focused on just their actual positioning and play rather than these item things. Look at this.
I think so.
They know. They're like, this is where we win fights. This is where we're going to continue to win fights. This is our area. They've got tabs of Yapsor. They're pinging him out. Oh. Even though he smoked, they know exactly where he was. And Roche should be spawning pretty soon. 30, 40 seconds, it seems.
Still holding the refresher shard Yapsor, so
yeah.
We can look to see those double plays from the sky. And again, if they can get the jump from Smoke Secret, if they can just take 2 members of VP out of the fight, they've got good odds. But it's so hard because the responsive plays will always be there from the Dazzle with the saves and the heals, and of course with Pasha, just watching the team fight unfold and choosing the perfect time to strike in with an Icarus Dive and a Supernova.
Has been killed.
What was on that? The sentries.
Some sentries.
And Puppy's out. Can't quite get to him in time with the stun. Successful courier snipe.
Both teams seem to know exactly where they are right now. They're both just kind of at this standoff for a moment, waiting for that Roche to spawn as Nisha is going to try to address bottom lane, pushing in as far as possible to force a reaction from VP. Still just awaiting in that area. DD on TA. This could be one of those things that could change a fight. Although we know what TA, as the game progresses, also is one of those heroes that you hit a point where you can only do so much. Your BKB is so low cooldown. You really have to just blow up target to target quickly. And FVP just waiting, keeping the book inside of that Roche pit.
It is all about this area of the map now. I mean, Secret the last 2 times, both times where they have got away with the Roche, but so the 5 minutes of gameplay that's ensued after has not been great for them. VP still able to take control when they haven't been the ones getting Roche and getting the Aegis. And you can only imagine how the game's going to play out if VP do manage to get the Aegis themselves. They're straight into the pit. Ramses and no one focusing it down. Secret are heading over.
They've got a trap in there, so they know it's happening.
But can they get in? Can they get in safely? They know that as soon as they make a move forward, that Phoenix is going to arrive from around the corner with the Supernova.
They're scared. They're not even going. Yapsor's just continuing.
I don't think they can. The Pasha, the threat of the Phoenix is far too strong for Secret to be able to try and take a fight around this position. It's going to be Roche for VP. They'll pick up the Axe consumable, Ramses. He's going to be the one to grab that. He's going to take that. Refresher shard, it will go to Roger. He's pretty much got the Hex done, and that's when the big plays are going to happen from him.
Give the Axe to Roger.
I mean, there's not bad heroes to make off for the old Lifestealer and the TI, I guess. I mean, it's always nice.
You want it on your core hero anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got, like we said, they've completely solidified this game after that. What was it? 10 minutes ago, that fight, right? After that bottom fight, everything has changed.
21k lead. I mean, we saw Secret slow VP down in the earlier stages of the game. At 54 minutes in, being 20,000 gold behind. Can they do it now, Secret? It's going to be very, very hard.
Yeah,
I feel the most pressure it is on those Hex carries. It's on mid one and Yapsor. These two have to get in with the Hex plays perfectly, otherwise Secret do not stand a chance in these fights.
No one with Arcane Rune. He has less cooldown on Grave than the duration, so he's spamming it while running down the lane.
No, that's smart. Nothing shallow about this Grave. It's nice and deep. I guess that's not actually how it works.
No.
Because the shallower the better.
Yeah. That's okay.
Ramses. I mean, yeah, holding too many items at the moment, really. Having the BKB out of his slot until he needs after the Aegis, yeah. Echo Saber. I mean, you can probably surely get rid of that one as well.
Yeah, right now, too soon.
But other than that, the gold is not necessary for this man. There's nothing else he can do, really, unless he wants to buy a Moon Shard for solo, potentially down the line. That could be a nice thing, right? You know, give more attack speed to the Spirit Breaker. Top lane, that's Secret. They're pushing towards the base, yeah.
They're chunking it fast.
VP's got to get back. We'll see there on the side there. Tier 3 did take about 50% damage.
Yeah. The supports on the side of Secret, like YapzOr, he can do a lot of damage, but there's these BKBs and everything. Treant doesn't provide any damage. I look at the supports on VP and I'm like, they're doing so much more. I mean, we've seen it, of course, in the last couple team fights, but now once these items and everything are progressing too, it's even more so. Sure, Skywrath can do lots of damage, but Tree is not really going to do a lot in this game now. And there's the BKBs that are going to be provided from VP to protect them from that Skywrath. Or the Force Staffs. That's one of the other very good items to deal with the Skywrath is you just Force Staffs.
Force Staffs, Hurricane Pipes.
They've got so many of them.
They all do the job.
So the damage on Secret, it really is going to seem like they're going to struggle to bring down multiple targets. They might be able to bring down one, but then they have so much else they have to deal with, and this egg is such a problem.
She's handing over the refresher shard to Ramses as well, so he can potentially get double usage out of the BKBs and such. He's pushing in.
He's hitting for 1,000 right now with the DD.
He's getting that Sunray heal as well from Pasha, allowing him to just stand on the front lines. Does get hexed up. Mystic Flare's down. Charge for Solo. There's the Pasha diving in. Pop the Supernova on the low ground. Secret cannot get to him, and they're being held close. The Soulbind combo comes into play as Puppey's dead. Buyback, but the tier 3's taken. Ramses' BKB will now start to wear off. He has still got that Aegis for 2 minutes.
Lots of zombies.
He's backing off. Trying to kill off some of these zombies. They'll turn though. Hex, stunned. Can they get back in on this? Solo charges in. He's on top of mid one. Zai's been silenced. He will be healed back up to full. Can they finish off this Undying? They cannot. Zai will get back up to the high ground. They've been able to pop that Aegis on Ramses. Ramses is down once. There's the second Supernova. The Summer as well. BKB's are prepared. They try to hit it, but they cannot do so in time. They've got to retreat. Nisha being chased. Hex out to mid one. Dive forward from Pasha. And across all of them. Nisha blocks the BKB. Ramses is BKB. The refresher shard. He's got a second charge of it to go. That's going to be dead life steal for 100 seconds. Puppey's dead without buyback. Nisha does have a buyback available. He has to use it. Mid-one's in trouble. VP charge in. They kill off the TA. TA, mid-one buyback straight away. Zai turns. The decays. Mid-one jumps in. The melt bash, the grave. The hex. The shot back from no one. He's doing his best to save Ramses. The heal as well. Keep that Sven alive. Solid back across the 3 of them. They'll charge them out. They're trying to push VP outside the base. Another grave. Ramses can turn, stand his ground, kill off Zai. The Undying's dead. No one gets left behind. Eon just will purge off the silence, but he's left on the high ground. The control as well. Nisha, Abyssal Blade down will mean that they can pick up the kill on Roger as well. But Roger, they're buying back for this one. VP, they want to try and keep this fight going. No one's still alive. Down to the low ground. Another heal. Nisha's on top of the bash. No one's dead. He's going to buy back. He wants to get back in. He tried to go in, but he's dead. The silence. Mid-one's in. Jump forward. The move back. There's going to be a dead Phoenix. Supernova buy back the bird. He needs to get back in. Pasha. He's not got Supernova back up yet, but he needs to get back onto this fight. Secret still fighting with 2 men down. BKB, mid-one able to turn. Hurricane Pike uses to shove himself further away to safety. Needs to try to turn it onto the front lines. He has the rage. He'll get away, but VP, they get that bottom set of barracks.
Holy crap, these
They
buybacks.
had to use, what, 5 buybacks there?
It looks like everybody on the side of VP bought back and bought boots are traveled in.
There was a full team buyback, but Secret, they are going to have Zai. About Puppey back up in 15. Zai's still dead for 50 seconds. Can Secret hold this? VP know that if anyone dies here, this could be VP throwing the game. They have to be careful, but they also can taste how close they are to victory.
God strength in 3 seconds. Ramses is about to pop it back up. They've also got the super
They're just
back.
setting that H, and they're trying to do something. Nisha, he's on top of the Phoenix. Pasha, scraped up. Tuppy charges in. He tried to go in straight away. They're focusing on the BKB, the turn. They've got the Supernova, the Sunray. Secret, they've got a run. Mid-one slides out for the BKB. He's still alive, but Solo charges in on top of the TA. The silence, stopping the Nether Strike. They've held back Solo, but they'll focus now towards Nisha. Has rage. He's getting himself away. The Soulbind, the arm that took him. Nisha's still alive. They've lost 2 on VP. Secret, they're turning in. They're trying to finish the Ancient. No, VP will do it. They have the Ancient. They get the win. But playing on the edge of their seas there, VP, they did lose 2 heroes. If Secret could hold on that little bit more, it could have swung around, but VP, the coordination, and at the end of the day, the smart call around that bottom fight to get those full 5 buybacks into play, keep the pressure on, and they closed it out.
That could be why they were saving that much gold on.
That's
Maybe
why
they were waiting to get that buyback fight to bring everybody back, and instead of having a 10-man lineup, instead of having an 11-man lineup, you've got 12. You got everybody coming back with that Aegis, with all your respawns and with